Hello. Hello, 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 hello. It's Beattie Boy. The one and only, still alive. Dinosaur news brought to you today by the British People's League. And it is July 22nd, 2019. A day after a successful white patriot demonstration against Trudeau, apparently in Ottawa. I don't know all the details. I can't follow everything. I've heard from a couple of lovely gals that it was successful. And that's the main thing. We've all got different choices, okay? We've been through this before. We all have our reasons for our different choices. But whatever patriot form turns you on, makes you happy, gets the adrenaline going, then that's the one for you. Within our white race, we do have different personalities, different choices on the white supermarket shelf. Hello, hello, I already said hello. I'm not even into 2 minutes, shaking my arms, trying to think of what I'm going to say. It's been too long for a video. I realize that, but I had to be inspired. Well, I was inspired, really inspired, by, oh God, I hate to say his name, Donald Trump, because he's such a weasel half the time. The retired whoremonger, now president. And don't forget, in the old days, the sex trade workers were called whores and the customers were called whoremongers. So I'm not letting whoremongers off the hook, Trump being one of the top ones. What's that got to do with inspiring our white race, Beattie? Well, you all know what I'm going to get at. His WHITEBURST. He burst out with pride for white people without using the words. Last week, he's been in trouble ever since. Well, what's new? He's always in trouble. I know. It's election time coming up, so he's giving all the white-based promises. Like one of the old prime ministers we used to have up here, John Diefenbaker. His wife, Olive, used to say, John, all I get is promises. But here, today, I want to stress, today, July 22nd, giving it a week for the dust to settle after Trump's latest WHITEBURST. I want to stress the inspiration it's given white people around the world. Could one of us written a better script? If you don't like it here, go back where you came from. Wasn't that the Beatles song? Get back to where you once belong. Get back to where you once belong. So now what, Beattie? That's the thrust of your message today? But seriously, folks, very seriously. Here's the President of the United States saying what would be called a white right extremist just a few years ago. Never mind his personal sleaziness, his greasiness, whatever. I'm talking about his office, the status of the President of the United States of America. Saying to an African-born woman, go back where you came from if you don't like it. Go back where you came from. And to others as well. Plain language. I mean, we'd rent a meeting hall in the old days. Try and make it all respectable to get those words out to a private meeting with maybe 30 people showing up. And here is Donald Trump spreading the word for millions of white patriots around the globe. An inspiration. Forget the sleazy personality. I'm talking about the message. Who was that communicator years ago? Just hit me now. The medium is the message is the medium. It hit me during the show. I've got his book here somewhere too. I think he passed away. His funeral home was on Sherburne Street when we were just living up Sherburne Street at 565 Sherburne Street, where a lot of unusual activity took place in the dead of night, called Canada's Secret Civil War. The book I'm working on, 1978 until with a question mark. I don't like talking about it half the time because I get too upset. The older I get, the more upset I get, especially since I haven't got the book published yet. I haven't got the script all typed up. The shirt I'm wearing was worn by the officers of the legal, constituted underground. The administrative changeover attempt in Canada. The Lieutenant Governor at the time of Ontario was on our side. The Governor General of Canada was on our side. So all the top person at the top of the Canadian Constitution, Pyramid, British North America Act, all the top person had to do was turn a blind eye. When you see me licking my lips, that's when I'm nervous. But the attempt was unsuccessful. Successful then, we're still here, we're still around. The children of those who passed away during that underground attempt are still alive. There's still a thread of resistance out there. And this shirt was worn by the officers of the administrative changeover attempt. I've been asked over the years, what role did I really play? I was just a decoy. I'm still just a decoy. I'm well protected. The fact that I'm still sitting here. And what I just discussed to you about Canada's Secret Civil War is currently on the British People's League homepage, and it has been up for a year now. Since last August. Witnesses. Nobody inquires about it. I guess they think they're all going to be roped in. But inspired, yes, by Donald Trump's rant. And the North Carolina crowd at his rally, they too hollering, if you don't like it here, go back where you came from. Go back. Get back to where you once belonged. I mean, just imagine a cry for freedom for white people around the globe. He doesn't need to keep it up. The toothpaste is out of the tube. The horse is out of the barn door. And the opposition, globalist, and multicultural mob, they're repeating his words over and over and over and over around the globe for us. An inspiration not just for white Americans, British Canadians, European Canadians, Ukrainian Canadians, you name it. An inspiration around the globe. I've said that. Yes, I've said it, but I want to stress it. Don't let it go by and buried in a little bit of your things to remember that were good things. It's major significant. Oh, I know, during his last campaign for presidency, it was the wall he promised. It was this he promised, that promised. This is slightly different. This is saying go back. It doesn't take a wall to say go back. And I'm being gentle, of course, because we're on YouTube. The forward thrust. I will only appear with videos when there's major items of enthusiasm for the white race, for our white race. There are dozens of other excellent video YouTube broadcasts up and about. You devoted patriots know who they are and where they are. They cover all the details of the news items. Does it mean I'm slowing down? Maybe. I just have to have a spark to come on and talk to you people. I have to be enthusiastic. I just can't come on here and put you to sleep. That's what evil critters used to say when I was on just radio broadcasts. Always putting us to sleep. Well, hell, they were hour-long broadcasts. Started out 2-hour-long broadcasts. No wonder put people to sleep. But I do thank those persons who operated networks that allowed me on. And they were great experiences. Well, I just see a van going by. That's a long story. It's a good news van. It's going to save the office here a few bucks. I won't go into all the other details. I don't want to sabotage. pretty neat having the screen right in front of the window. I've got the red ensign flying from the porch as I look up out in front. I've got it hooked up behind me here. Unfortunately, my bony, long, narrow head covers up the shield coat of arms. If I duck my head, you'll see the coat of arms. And there's the book with Lord Nelson, the hero, British hero. And you know, folks, you European cousins out there, our fellow brothers and sisters, we're all in this together. The old Ricky Nelson song, you can't please everyone, you got to please yourself. I've tried the all-encompassing approach that the group, for instance, in Ottawa yesterday is attempting. I've tried all those approaches. I failed. I am having good luck with the British People's League. After all, we inspired some pretty wild stuff in 1978. And to those who are anxious, I will say I still want to keep my promise to have the book at least in the printing process by the end of this year, 2019. I'm going to try a voice application, see if that can't speed up the items on the book. And do we have a good person lined up to do that? So I get all dressed up and all dolled up for you. And I'm not going to lengthen the show, lengthen the broadcast. Times are jumping. Holy smokes, 11 minutes of Beattie stalling. Now this flag here was sent over, open your eyes to immigration. You can't see the fatter puts on Beattie here. That there was the poster during the election campaign in 2014. I'm very proud of the studio. As I look at the books on all the shelves all around, they're a life's history of patriotism. We all might not see eye to eye. I know we don't. But we do see enough eye-to-eye contact that we're together in this for our white race, for our future, the future of our grandchildren. Some who don't care right now, they'll care. Or as Max Musin so eloquently put it, in the Western Spring, check out Western Spring on Google, in the United Kingdom. Building sandcastles. Those who escape the city, and I'm smirking because here it comes. I escaped the city of Toronto, the sewer of Toronto now, in 1983 to come up to Kawarthas. Thinking I'd escape everything. Well, we get 8 weeks in the summer where the slime from the sewer seeps into cottage country. Now, after the 8 weeks of summer, the people that just don't care about themselves drag down others. They're gone after the 8 weeks usually, but no, the lingering is here. The sandcastle escaping 100 miles from the city of Toronto North, it's not going to work. The seepage is hitting already everywhere. Used to think the cold weather, the black flies and mosquitoes, the coyotes, the bears would keep a lot of new Canadians away. What, I don't like new Canadians? I don't like anything new? Well, when you get old, you don't care about anything new. You all know what I'm saying. We're on YouTube. We have to be nice. It's okay to say it's nice to be white, bright, and beautiful. Other races can be proud of their races if they want to be. Let them be. But I'm not their spokesman. Let them have their own spokesmen, spokespeople. I speak on behalf of British Canadians, and especially those of white stock. European Canadians are buddies around the globe, inspire me and keep me going, and others too. John Gerhardt, formerly of Ohio, great spokesperson for white people, sends out blurbs all the time. I gotta confess on air, John, I don't have time to read everything. My eyes getting strained? No, I get a lot of good information from a lot of people. And I have to cherry pick. Can't blame me. I'm honored the interest shown in the dinosaur news. I'm honored by the interest shown for the British People's League and the personal notes of, inspiration from great people out there who shall remain anonymous. Because our approach with the British People's League and our European friends is that, as many of you know, the legal underground defense units. Legal in that we never talk anything illegal. Underground in that we don't want our friends to lose jobs because of exposure by idiots, although their effect is weakening each day. The creeps and the globalists, they're losing out. We're winning. We're on a roll. And Trump gets credit for that inspiration, that thunderclap, that white burst of his last week. I'm just getting inspired to keep on going. But it takes ages to download the videos. Ages, 2-3 hours. Hard to believe. Oh, if I had a live stream, I couldn't handle all those negative comments on live stream from the screwballs. No siree. But anyway, I would like to dedicate this show especially to the ladies, the brave ladies who attend demonstrations or who partake in patriot activities of a different nature, all legal. But for women to be involved, some of them are putting men to shame. Get so diplomatic, I'll soon sound like a politician. Okay, I can't tell you when I'll be here next. I've got to be inspired, either by you out there, my buddies, girls and boys, ladies and gents, either by you or if something comes along in the general news happenings. Okay? But God bless, Odin bless each and every one of you who is out there doing something on behalf of our ancestors and the future of our white race, particularly in memory of our Viking ancestry. Thanks for tuning in. And never forget, you're white, bright, and beautiful. Now, I gotta handle this carefully. So we'll talk to you next time. Signing off for the British People's League, John Beattie. Goodbye for now.